Welcome to Our Town. I'm Melissa Ebge, and today my guests are from the Coalition to Save the Menominee River. Welcome to the show, Mary Hansen and Buddha.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us today, and we really appreciate you putting us on the air to inform the public on what's taking place with the Back 40 mine project on the banks of our Menominee River.
Absolutely. So with that, let's dive right in. I wanted to start off with a little bit of an education for our listeners. What is the Coalition to Save the Menominee River?
Well, it's a group of all volunteers that have the same mindset in not wanting our river to be polluted from a sulfide mine. Dale Burry started it, and people just kept coming, and Dale kept talking, and we gained more and more people, and we have a pretty good size group of people, and that's what we are. We're volunteers. None of us get paid to do anything.
Wow.
And we go out and get the word out, and we've been hitting it hard for how many years, Buddha?
Well, since 2018.
Yeah, it's been a long, long time.
That is a long time to really pound the pavement and, do what you do.
Yep.
Wow, it's amazing.
We have resolutions and ordinances from the top of Door County all the way around from the inside to all the way up to northern Menominee County.
How many resolutions have you had passed since you've...
we started that out in 2018, and there were 6 of us.
Wow.
We ended up labeling ourselves the Dream Team.
Yes.
And we'd had to, all these counties set up a meeting at their local city council meetings, and we would go and spoke and tell them about the Menominee River, what could happen, how it would affect their water. And we ended up having resolutions signed against the Back 40 mine by Menominee County, Marinette County, Oconto County, the Menominee Reservation County, Shawano County, Brown County, Door County, Outagamie County. Also, the town of Wagner, the town of Porterfield, the town of Peshtigo, and the city of Peshtigo. And I think I'm missing one.
Stevenson.
Did Lake County?
Yes.
Lake County signed the resolution,
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, in Michigan? Yeah.
That is a lot. That's a lot of work that you guys have done.
We ended up even in Madison before the assembly.
Oh, my goodness.
And we spoke there, and
And Ladysmith.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, a lot of work, but it was worth it. They all signed the
Yeah.
resolution. And that's a thing that works with this thing called the social license.
Mm-hmm.
People always say, well, what's a social license? Where do you get that? Well, it's not a piece of paper, and it's not handed out by any kind of a government place. It's the way the people, businesses, and environmental groups feel how a business should conduct itself.
Gotcha.
And if the people aren't for it, they're against it. The company is not going to have this social license to operate.
Okay.
Because we're mad. We don't want them there. And
Right.
we're going to stand in their way. Every little step will be like, foot out, boom,
Right.
you're going down. So,
Yeah.
So they don't have a social license to operate here.
Nope.
That's
We have a lot of
incredible.
different other organizations that are helping us with the Coalition to Save the Menominee River. We got the Sierra Club, we got Clean Waters, we got Waters Futures. We've got so many different organizations through the United States. We are recognized through the United States right now as a grassroots organization that had stopped an open pit metallic sulfide mine on the banks of our river. We have approximately, how many members? Close to almost 5,000 different members through the
Wow.
United States right now, and in Canada.
Oh,
We get donations sometimes from Australia.
that is amazing. I don't think
And New
people
Zealand.
really realize just how big your group is and
yeah.
what it is that you do and what you stand for,
On our Facebook page, we have 2. We have jointherivercoalition.org.
Yeah.
And we have Save the Menominee River, Stop the Back 40 Mine, which was the first Facebook page that was started by just some of
Yeah.
the protesters and so that group has 6,339 members.
That's impressive.
It's very impressive.
That
And so
is.
if people ever want to know anything, that's
Go
the
to the
place
page.
to go. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. So, what about the dams on the Menominee River? Can we talk about that a little bit?
There's approximately 6 dams on the Menominee River.
Okay.
And a lot of these dams were built well over 100 some odd years ago. A lot of them are in need of dire repair. I had recently took a walk, and I took my puppy for a walk. Her name is Boo. And I come out from my walk of about 2 miles, and there was 4 public service people there, engineers. And I said, well, how you doing? And this and that. And one fellow said, hey, Buddha. And I says, oh, how you doing? I think his name was Frank. And he says, don't you remember you were working up on Rosebush in the Grand Rapids Dam? And he says, I was the engineer on there.
Oh.
And we replaced the turbines and polished the turbines, make a long story short, for the power source.
Okay.
I worked in the millwrights for a long time. And I started talking with him, and I says, how are those dams structurally right now? Because when I was working up there probably 10 years ago, 12 years ago, I says they were in dire need of repair. I could actually take a piece of 1/4-inch rebar, a foot long, and take a hammer and hammer it 2/3 of the way into the concrete without even drilling a hole.
Oh, my goodness.
That's pretty bad.
It's terrible. And all the structural steel that holds these slides and all the structural steel that holds this dam together were shaling. It means the steel was separating.
Yeah.
And you could take a hammer, and by the time you got done, there was less than 1/8 of an inch of a 3/4-inch I-beam left.
Oh, my.
So we replaced a lot of those. But he said to me, to make a long story short, I could keep going on. There's dikes, and these dikes are channeling dikes. They built these man-made dikes around to hold the river back, and those dikes channeled the water to the slides and to the turbines to produce our electricity. Well, a lot of those are in such dire need right now of repair that the water is shooting through the bottoms of them. If you walk along them, you can visually see these yourself. Water coming through the bottoms of them. Well, that's called erosion. And eventually, if we would ever get a catastrophic flood or a major amount of water, which we might have this year, because there is a lot of snow to the north.
Yes.
A lot more than we have here right now. If one of those dams had a catastrophe and blew out, collapsed, the amount of water and the amount of water pressure would hit the second dam of wherever the catastrophe took, and it would blow out that dam.
Oh, my God.
And all the debris that was going down the river would hit the next dam,
Oh.
and it would wipe out almost all the dams
So it would
virtually.
just, yeah.
Well, the Back 40 mine is right by White Rapids Dam. The proximity of about probably a 1/2 of a mile to 3/4 of a mile from that dam. Now, could you imagine having an open pit metallic sulfide mine on the banks of our river and have a dam failure?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
That mine site would be washed right off the face of this earth,
Yeah.
and all the toxins that they use for extracting these precious metals and minerals would be washed into our river system and into the Bay of
And
Green
right
Bay.
into the Bay of Green Bay, right down by the marina.
Right down the marina.
Yep.
Yep.
And then where's it heading from there?
And how many people get their drinking water from the
Yes,
mouth of our Menominee
yes.
River?
Oh, yeah.
Both cities,
Yep.
Menominee and Marinette.
Both of them, yep.
Our area here, we don't need another poison
No.
into our area.
No.
We have already had the poisons of the PFAS contamination by
Right.
corporate polluters.
Right.
We need to keep our river system and our clean water clean. Right now, approximately 80% of the world's fresh water is tainted by some sort. How much more do we need to take?
Oh.
What is the body built up of how much percentile of water? 90?
90%,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
90%?
Yep.
And we keep poisoning of what we have?
Yeah, what are you going to... Yeah, I don't know what people are thinking.
What are we leaving the next 5 generations of people?
Yeah,
A toxic world.
yeah.
This is really something to think about,
It is.
what we're doing to our waterways and our
Do you
future
live
generations.
anywhere around any of those dams or anything?
No, I don't.
No? So,
No.
Buddha, don't the people that live around there get some kind of a notice every year, too?
Every notice the Wisconsin Public Service sends out, excuse me, an aware letter that if you live on that river, be aware of flooding,
Oh, wow.
of a catastrophe.
Like a warning ahead of time.
Yeah.
They're warning you because who knows?
Yeah, you just never know what could happen.
Every spring, every waterfront person gets a letter from Wisconsin Public Services warning them of not a catastrophe now, but warning them to beware
Of what could potentially
happen.
happen.
And right now, like they said, we need to fix those dams.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those those dikes are washing out. All you would need is one dike to wash out.
And it'd take out the rest of
It would
them.
take out the rest of them.
Oh, my goodness.
And with the back 40 mine being in close proximity to the Menominee River, within 50 yards of our Menominee River, that ain't too far.
No.
That ain't too far.
That's just
No.
crazy, having something that dangerous, that close. I mean, who in the heck planned that? I know no one planned it. That's where the resources are.
Yeah.
But the point is,
Yeah, that's not very smart.
no, and that's why we have the coalition
Yeah. To help.
stand in their way and stop them.
Yeah.
And whatever we have to do. So,
In this day and age, you can't even put a septic system that close to a fresh body of water. How can they put a mine there?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk more about what the coalition is doing to stop the Back 40 mine and their other efforts throughout the rest of the year. So stay tuned.